One, two, one, two, one, two. Gee, nice. What's the word, baby?
Oh, same old, man. Back to the crib.
Yeah, I can
Glad to
dig
have
it.
it all over. You know,
Man, man, man.
my bad on not being able to jump on last week, man. I was in the midst of the beginning of chaos. So
Listen, before I before I go any further, B, I'm just now looking at the name. You dig what I'm saying? Let me take these glasses off with the glare. You see my I am Malcolm X glasses?
uh-huh.
Yeah, I am Malcolm X. But meanwhile, what is that? And how do you pronounce it? Beluza? Bulaza? What is man? Go ahead and
What is
tell me.
Bulazoo? You should know of all people.
You
That's,
talking about our yeah, Agazoo and yeah. But
yes,
see, I forgot like damn, because I'm looking at the way that you pronounced it. I told you we have to. We got to make a dictionary. We have to make a dictionary for that. It's still doing the same thing. Facebook users is like, "What up, y'all? Whoever you are, why don't you just say your name? Because I can't see your name. Because part of this show is private, and so the people that's watching it from the
oh,
Bear Truth
that's what it
page,
is.
yeah, that's what it
Can't
is.
see. That's
But still
exactly
tap
what it
in,
is.
man, and yeah, I want y'all to tap in and give your feedback and like we said, we do like the 15 minutes of fame. If anybody got anything that they want to talk about, let's do it. You see me with my grape juice?
I see you. See
You
you
know my
taking it
motto.
to the head.
Turn up for Christ or burn up for life. Hey, listen, boy, we on one. Hey, I found this grape
Oh,
juice and I think it's the best thing in the world because it's healthy. And listen, this is sparkling rosé. Have you ever seen that before in your life? Sparkling rosé,
is that like a?
100%.
Is that like wino duels or?
It just says Welch's grape juice cocktail. You know, 100% grape juice, no artificial flavors or additives. You dig what I'm saying? And so it's supposed to be kind of healthy. You dig what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But what's been happening with you, fam? What's the word?
Man, just at it. You know, man, just trying to get back and forth to make it happen. Trying to make this year be that. I know I talked to you about that. We got to do the mancation with the boys.
Hmm.
Everybody, bring your boys, and we'll just get somewhere and
You got to try to.
start
Well,
doing it.
you know what? I might have to bring Avion. The boy, Dejan, he doing big things, but he getting ready to move down to Texas, man. And a little bit
Oh,
more bad news on that end, though, too. Keep Nitra in your heart, man. She just lost another son, and man, it's
oh,
just yeah, man. Just
damn!
people from all over in Nap. You know, what I mean, they checking in with me to tell me to check in with them, man, and say what's up, man. That
Wow,
right there is
wow,
heartbreaking. And so,
yeah.
I hope he doing all right because he taking it kind of hard. And so, but man, last week, man, we dug into some stuff, man. I had my man Pook Dog holding it down while you was gone. I couldn't get in touch with Loco Los, but man, we ran across some stuff, man. And I don't really want to bring a lot of it back, but every time I check out like the news and stuff like that that's going on, 50 Cent is a clown. You know what I mean? He's a troublemaker anyway. You dig what I'm
Hey,
saying?
that's
And
a
so he
smart
gonna
dude right
always
there.
say
That's a
he
smart
always
dude.
gonna say what's up. What up, Loco Los? But listen, what do you think about the whole thing about Diddy being gay? And it's finally starting to surface to the light. They done had some bodyguards talking about it. Exhibit said some stuff about it. You dig what I'm saying? And they said that Usher's mom had to get on Puffy for trying to take advantage of Usher when Usher was, you dig what I'm saying, a minor.
I have no idea what
You
Puff
have
got
heard
going
nothing
on.
about it?
I actually saw something about it probably about 2 hours ago, but
You said about 2 hours ago?
yep,
Oh, that's
yeah.
Loco Los talking about what it do, G Nut. Hey, Loco, you see his new name? Hey, you see his new name, Los?
Hey, we got
Man,
to go back to that though, so Los can understand where that came from.
right.
You still remember anything?
Yeah, I still got, Chucha La Linge at the Bringe. You dig what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Getting yacked, you know what I mean? Straight up.
Uh,
I remember a lot of the stuff, man. Shit. You know what I mean? That was
hey,
our little language. How we used to be cussing chicks out in our own little
be like,
language.
hey, yo, check this out, Wendamy.
Yeah.
So we was over at the Brent Shea, right? This Chusha Lindsay getting super yacht, and I was like, nah, I'm out of here. She on some Penoir.
And nobody would understand what that is. Overstreet, what's up, man? It's
Say it
his
right in their
business.
faces.
No disrespect. Hey, I tried to reach you back, but I didn't catch your message before you told me that you got off at 1:30 Overstreet. But man, I definitely got to get with you. Cousin Troy, he said some good stuff about all of us getting up with him and meeting up with him. and trying to do something positive. But we're gonna have to feel local low on some of that type of talk, because that's my brother from another mother.
For
He
sure.
on that. Uh, Let me ask you this, man. Right off the top, who is your top five favorite rappers?
Top five is hard. It's very hard.
Give me five, like right now,
Not in order.
not in order.
Jay, Andre, um, Mystical, M,
M,
and Rakim.
Raquel. Okay. I was just wondering, man, because I was just checking out, you know what I mean, some of the little things. And I'm gonna tell you something. Kevin Hicks, that's Ralph Skeezy, big brother. Every time I go into High V, my man, you know what I mean, I'll be in there shopping and stuff like that, and somebody will just walk up behind me. Top five best rappers right now. Give them to me. Don't think about it. I would be like, and I turn around and it's Kev, and I'd be like, man,
Just
dude,
can't
he
not
like,
think
try to keep
about
you.
it.
Yeah, you cannot think about it, but you know what I mean. I just would be wondering, man, like top rappers, because I was checking out this interview with Gip, and you didn't even say Pop.
Man, I did not say pop, and that's been a point of contention when you
Right.
talk to
Well, okay.
people
So
about it.
let me
But I
explain
have
this
a
to you
reason for
before
that.
you go back to it. Right. So Gip was saying like he had this whole little, and it's kind of like digging in a what if barrel. If Pac was still alive, Pac would have hollered at Beyonce while Jay-Z was with her.
That that's what people talking about.
Hold on. Hey, listen. Let
I'm
me
just
show you something.
saying
Let me show you
that
something real
is
quick, because
that is
I got
something
that.
people are talking about.
I don't think that'll get us in trouble. Just listen to it, and then we're gonna come back and check it out.
Man, to the man Jay Z. No disrespect to Beyonce.
Yeah.
All I want to just explain to everybody that's looking at this podcast right now.
Yes, sir.
Gippy knew what type of guy Pac was. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
At the time when Pac walked the earth, Pac went after every girl that was somebody's girl.
Damn.
Jada Pickett, Biggie girl Faith,
Yeah.
Aaliyah, Kadada, Lisa Left Eye. Didn't Rise and tell you the limousine pulled up in front of my house. The door kicked open. And I seen it. It was Tupac. And Lisa got in the car with Tupac and drove off in the night. Bro, he was that kind of guy.
He was hell.
And all I'm just saying to you is, hey man, just like you went after the number one girl in the game, he would have went after her too. That's all I was saying.
I feel that.
And all I'm saying is, bro, he was a phenomenon before the industry understood what he was. He was a rapper that was trained in acting.
Yeah.
So personally, he came with a skill that we didn't even have in the game at that time.
Yeah.
And let's think about this. During the 90s, the music and the television and the music and the TV business did not function together. They were two different entities. And he understood the TV and he understood the music. That's what made him special. And bro, think about this. He is the only rapper that ever got in a tub full of gold, butt naked, and never got called gay. By male or female. They knew that was a man and he was a player. Now, let me give you an example of how he played.
Yeah.
When I walked into that studio with him and he first played Hit 'Em Up for me.
Yeah.
He talking about this man's wife, right?
Yeah.
Well, Lisa Left Eye sitting on his left, right? With his girlfriend standing in the corner with a full mink on. So when I say Pac would have went at your girl, he would have went at your girl if she was the number one girl in the game.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with you, King. I'm just telling you that this how he rolled.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of dude he was. And think about it. He understood that he was cute, bro. And he didn't need no money to get no girl. He's never made music enticing. I'm about light your wrist and he never talked about buying a girl, nothing. But he had them all.
Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit on that.
Hey,
Yeah, we
and so
talking about.
listen,
Go
but
ahead.
before you view your thoughts, um, I reason why I played that, I want to do two different perspectives. All right, number one, we know some of the stuff that he's saying, you know, Pac was, kind of mannish. You dig what I'm saying? Pac was just like go, full throttle. He really didn't have no filter. But it just seemed like he don't leave any space to say like a person can grow up. You dig what I'm saying? And not only that, I'm saying, okay, that might have been true at that time, but just to dig into the what if barrel and say that a man would have hollered at Jay-Z's wife, you dig what I'm saying? I think that's going too far. So so speak on that perspective, but then let me ask you about this. How do you feel about cats that's really out here that really feel like that's a cool thing to do? Even though you know that this chick is with another guy, you feel like on the low low, it's all right for you to pull up and try to holler at her.
I'm gonna come back to that. I'll address
Yeah.
the original thing on this. Why I think that's garbage is that people have this outward idea of what Pac was, but come on, knowing what we know as far as the industry goes and everything like that, hey, he was Suge Knight little girl. He ain't owned anything.
Hold on, time out. Explain some of the stuff that you saying
He
before you
might
say.
as well he might as well been his daughter because he was just doling it out. Pac didn't own anything. Apartments in Death Row's name, cars in Death Row's name. You
Right.
know,
What about
but
him supposed to be
Jay,
doing Death Row East? Do you think that that was really real?
it might have been
Because
something that was coming rolling off his tongue, but you can't do that with what you're doing. And he didn't have the business mindset of it. He just out here wilding, and I
right.
get it. You're doing that, but at the same time, you're lying about what you're doing. And I get it. Also, that's considered art, but as far as that realm goes, he wasn't going to be on the level of Jay. Now, Jay would not have been elevated as fast as he was if Pac hadn't died. I get that. Or Biggie, that just opened up a wide lane for him to be able to get busy. But as far as Pac being able to come at Beyonce right now, she don't have time for that. She money focused.
Hmm.
She just ain't on that. She could have been on that if she wanted to be on that. And Pac wasn't that special. I mean, we all have these like great memories of what it looked like back then and what was so amazing and everything. But that's not always the case. And if you look at a lot of stuff they release, it's dated as hell, even if they um, change the production. I don't know.
I think that he just read like a little bit into it too much. You know what I mean? And to me, I don't even think that that's a conversation that as me, I don't even care. We ain't having no what if. You dig what I'm saying? We digging in the barrel. If Pac was still alive,
I mean,
he
that's
would have
dumb.
came at your wife. You know what I mean? It
If
it was
Pac was
just like
still alive, what cut would he would like chocolate ice cream today? Like,
right. You dig what I'm saying? That's just a bunch of like foolishness. Like, man, come
yeah,
on, man. But one thing that he did say, because he went on to speak and say that Drake is the new Tupac. He feel like Drake is the new Tupac. And I can tell you right now, Drake differ from Tupac in so many ways, is that Drake really do got the business part of this music thing down packed. You dig what I'm saying? Because he's getting his money. You know what I mean? And so I feel sorry for Tupac on that aspect, but you know, I think that him and Drake is like two different, you know what I mean? But the fact is really real, you know what I mean? You got guys that really just feel like you that special where you want to try to holler at this man's wife, you know what I mean? In some instances, it'll get you killed. It'll get your
that's what I
face
was getting
beat
ready
in.
to say. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It'll get your face beat in. But
yeah,
you
get you
know,
a new hole. Straight up.
straight up, real talk. But
Hey,
speak on that one.
no, I think that, like I said, people are way overhyping Tupac, and he wasn't going to be able to do that wildness. And getting older, and we talking about, all right, when was he going to holler at her? Last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I mean, we need some context on that to be able to even take that seriously. Was she going to be Beyonce, or was she still going to be Destiny's Child? Those things change it, and how you can be able to even try to understand that foolishness.
You know what? I think he was probably, and I'm just, I'm shooting one out. He just on the strength that what I mean, at the time that Pac died, he had beef with Jay-Z. So you know what I mean, by him coming at Faith, since he had beef with Biggie, that he probably would have came at Jay, he probably would have came at Beyonce just to get, you know, back at Jay or something like that. But on the other notion of that whole type of energy, you dig what I'm saying? I don't care if you do think that you're a player. You dig what I'm saying? You need to go find you something to do. You dig what I'm saying? If
Well,
you rolling up on a chick that's already got a dude, you dig what I'm saying? Now it's people out here that still playing games, and you got women's that feel like, all right, they still think it's cool to just do something stupid like that. But I'm just trying to tell a person right now, if you're a grown man, I don't care if you're in your 20s, 30s, learn some respect and get that one out your system. Because you run up on the wrong dude's wife, you dig what I'm saying? A man's wife, and you trying to holler at this man's wife, man, somebody mess around and do something to you.
hey, so you saying that like you don't remember the collective?
Mm-hmm.
You remember Home Records Incorporated?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, but I'm saying because listen to
Hey,
me,
well, that's what we
listen.
were doing.
But listen to me. The reason why I'm speaking from that is because I used to be on that. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Okay.
what's so crazy is I just seen a person in the okay, that's somebody trying to get a haircut. But meanwhile, I just seen a person that me and Debo had did it to. You dig what I'm saying? To the point where, okay, Debo, I need you to jump in this car with this person so I can get her off my bumper. You know what I mean? And
Right.
then as I was listening to that, I go back and then think of, like, you know what I mean, how foul, you know what I mean, that was, like, let's, and then not only that, but I, I used to be a mess. And I'm telling you, when it comes back to you, when it's your turn, you know what I mean, it ain't gonna be so cool. You dig what I'm saying? And so
And,
it's like, to me, I feel like, man, that's something that, really, if you're a grown man, if you feel like you're a grown man,
oh,
if you
of
feel like you're a
course.
player, you feel like that's what you want to be on, you feel like that's what your life is about, then do that. But I'm trying to tell you, it ain't no victory in that right there.
Oh, I
I
agree. I agree. I mean, I think when we were younger, of course, that was in our invincible stage, right? And not even putting it together that somebody would blow the back of your head out behind that. Like, you
especially
know,
them cats in Detroit about their women. You know what I mean? The Detroit cats, they don't really play about their women at all.
nah,
You dig what I'm
nah.
saying? I'm giving you the real, from seeing them down at the Freaknik to seeing them down here to being in the club to this, just dancing one time with a chick, and her dude was
Yeah,
from
that
Detroit.
ain't
You
the
dig what I'm
move.
saying?
That
It's
ain't the
like,
move.
man, like, they don't really, what I mean? They don't really play that. And I was really just speaking on it because sometimes, as we grow up and then we look in hindsight and we think about some of the stuff we do, it's just like, man, if I could save somebody, like, man, don't do that. Get off
Oh,
that. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Get off that.
Well, I tried to get a boy to blueprint, and he don't want to listen. I'm like, look, dude, I am telling you everywhere that the bridge is low.
Hmm.
Everywhere the bridge is low. So you can duck. But if you intend on just, you know what I'm saying, banging your head, I can't help you on that. But
Right.
here is the blueprint of surviving all of this without even having to do it. So they're gonna be young and they're gonna have to bump their head sometime until they
Right.
learn where the bridge is low.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate though, because sometimes, as when you see these guys at the younger, I remember them days of just trying to have fun and kind of
Right.
moving, you know what I mean, in an element of being like, man, we don't care. Once we get to getting that liquor in our system, once you probably smoke you one or two, you dig what I'm saying? Your mouthpiece gets slick. You start thinking that you're the coolest thing on earth. You fresh, and then you up in the club, and you know what I mean. You just trying it, And to tell you the truth, it's like, man, that was so corny. You dig what I'm saying? It was so corny, man. When
It
you
was
look back
short
at it in
sighted,
hindsight,
man.
yeah, man, you look back on it like,
Yeah.
man, come on, man. Like, we really don't want to be on that. But I guess that's the part of living and learning and growing up and maturing and stuff like that. Um, Now, when you start talking about like your favorite five rappers, you didn't even say Biggie. Do you think Biggie is in the top five? Because you said
Top
Mystical.
five,
You said Mystical. You think Mystical is like one
absolutely.
of the best rappers, like in the top
I
five?
I vouch for Mystical all day long.
Man, yeah, Mystical. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something though. When he was at his peak with No Limit, everything that he dropped, dog, it was like, you know what I mean? You had to give it to him. And then his style was so crazy. You dig what I'm saying? Mystical. Oh, I told you. You know what I mean?
You
You
remember I
dig what-
hated that first one. I couldn't
yeah,
stand that first one. Bo had it. And I'm like, man, why is this dude yelling?
yelling all
Like
the time.
straight up. But yeah,
But
I mean,
Local Los used to love Mystical. Matter of fact, Local Los, we used to have everything Master P and them drop. Remember we
oh my God,
man
how do you keep
man
up with that? That was
hey
every week
every
purchase.
week that's Local Los. Local
Every
Los
week
had man,
there was
Local Los had all of them CDs, man.
a new No Limit Posse album. That's all it is.
With
Like
everybody on it.
75 features on this. Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
but I don't think Mystical's in the top five though.
well, top five, I mean, if we discuss in top five, there are too many things involved to accurately say what your top five is. What are we going for? Stage presence? Are we going for
No, we talking about
delivery?
lyrics.
Are we
We talking
going
about
by
lyrics.
right
We talking
skill
about
set?
like okay, let's look at it from this point. Your top favorite five favorite rappers that when they drop, they literally changed the game. People had to, you know, really stop and think like, hey, this dude right here, he make it, you know what I mean? He made the whole industry stop and check out what he doing. So I'm gonna
But
give it to you like this. I definitely think when Biggie dropped, and I think he brought the East Coast back because you remember the West Coast was killing. Dr. Dre and them was smashing everything that they was dropping was smashing. Dog Pound was smashing. Snoop Dogg and them was smashing. But then when Biggie came, it's like, man, I love it when they call me Big Pop. Man, when that came on in the club, dog, do you know how crazy we used to go? Like it used to be like
I do.
everything was everything. That everybody started wearing the Coogee sweaters. It was just like, man, like they back. So I got to give it to Biggie. Rakim is definitely one of my favorites because Rakim changed the game. Back when he first dropped Eric B for president back in like 87 when Microphone Fiend and all of that type of stuff like that dropped, nobody was spitting lyrics like that. I say when Jay came and he had his run and he's still on top of his square, I'll give Jay props for longevity. You dig what I'm saying? Because nobody has been as relevant for Jay like Jay-Z has for like 2 decades, almost 3 decades, really. You dig what I'm saying? Because he just did the verse on God did, and it's still like so hot like right now. So I'm going Rakim, Biggie, Jay. I got to give him his props because we've never, you know what I mean, seen a person come and tear the game up like he has. And, regardless of, I still think some of his record sales come because he's white,
Of
you know what I
course.
mean?
Of course they do.
But you can't take away from his lyrical ability and the way his metaphors was and how he could switch up his style. After
Well,
that, my fifth and my top fifth, it's hard because I'm with you with Andre 3000 and Jada Kiss or Kendrick Lamar. You dig what I'm saying?
yeah. See,
You
that's
dig
why
what
it's
I'm
difficult.
saying? Like right there, it's just like Jada, Kendrick, and Andre. I was just checking out the little thing about Andre in hiding, man. They said that people be seeing him at open mic nights with a flute.
Hey, he played flute though now.
Yeah, listen, they said he's
Hey,
dope with it. He is
yeah.
seriously dope, but he
So
be
go find that.
damn. That's what it come down to. Like,
And
man,
nah, he said he was trying to get nice with that flute,
yeah, but
right?
let's yeah,
I
right.
mean, and so there was this whole interview where he was talking about his flute thing, right? Like, yo, I just went in, I like to go grab instruments whenever I'm out and I just see something and I'll grab it. And he was like, I had this flute here. And one day I got up and I started playing it. And shit, so I guess he took that shit seriously.
Yeah, but they said he be in hiding though. What is that about? Like, he said, mentally he's struggling, and that's one thing that I can agree with him on. Far as just like not wanting to be around nobody, you know what I mean? Because you can never know what's going on in a person's mind, and just because he's rich or they one of the dopest groups that ever touched, you dig what I'm saying? That don't mean that he can't suffer. You know what I mean? Mentally,
Oh,
you know
of
what I mean?
course.
Like it's on him, and so I understand that because he was just like he said something to the fact, like I'm paraphrasing him. He said that he wants to go back and create, but he don't know what it is that he want to create. He don't exactly know what he want to do, and so right now he's just trying to figure himself out. And I was just like, well, that I guess that's cool, you know what I mean? But do you think Big Boy can stand by himself if he kept dropping solo?
He has been. I
But
mean,
I'm
he's
saying,
been
has it
doing a
been making
solid
any
job.
noise though?
It makes the noise in his lane, right? I mean, and that used to be both of their lanes, right? When Love Below dropped, it changed a lot of people's perceptions of what Andre was capable of. Big Boy has stayed
Right.
solid in that
And
same
Southern
vein.
playalistic, you dig what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And yeah,
pimp
so
shit and all that. But Andre started just branching out, and where you just like, oh, damn, that's crazy. You always know
But
what you're
if you
gonna
think
get for a
about it
Big Boy
though,
album.
but check this out. Every time they drop though, but did you not notice that every time Outkast did something, Andre 3000, even like with just changing his name from Dre to, Andre 3000, every album he pulled off something different. I don't care if it wasn't the little thing from the AT Aliens when he started putting a little wrap around his head. Then the next thing he started wearing like the kind of like the process, like my man, the guitar player. He actually played him in a movie too. What's his name? That did all the acid
Jimi
and shit.
Hendrix.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix did all the acid. But every like album, it seemed like he would step out of his comfort zone and try something different. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, when the speaker box and Love Below came and he started, I really gotcha. Oh, you know what I mean? And when he did that, it was like, man, oh yeah, it was like, damn. You know what I mean? It
Hey,
was
it
like
took me
that
a
was
second. It took me a second, man. I was in this parking lot in Chicago at the time, grocery store. And they like, the station came on, like, all right, we have a new song by Outkast. So, hey, y'all. And I'm like, all right. So when it came on, I was like, the fuck is this? Like, I was like, what's this garbage? Like, I don't get it. But it took a couple of weeks, like after it dropped, and I listened to it. I was like, I still don't get it.
yeah.
We hit the road going to Detroit and listening to it. I was with Cool T, and as we got going, we are like, you know what? This is the start of grown man rap right here.
Or you know what? I'm gonna tell you something else that was so dope about it is because it was super duper catchy. All little bitty kids was singing it, and so before you knew it, you next thing you know, you got the lyrics in your mouth. You really got it.
But
Oh, you really got, man. You
I
know what I
was
mean,
I
man.
was talking
Listen.
about more of the album tracks, like
Oh yeah, the whole album, like yeah, that CD right there. How many did they sell? Do you know? Did they go diamond off that?
oh yeah, yeah they
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah. They went diamond
Um,
off that.
but
But
look, my jam off of that one, off the Love Below, is the very last track, A Day in the Life of Andre Benjamin.
yeah,
Man, he just ran. I mean, the storytelling was there, the cadence was there,
right. Now,
overall delivery. I
like
mean,
lyrically, I don't think
he
he
couldn't.
ever disappointed me on
He
nothing that
won't.
he's
He
dropped.
doesn't.
Yeah, you know what I
He
mean? And
doesn't.
it's like you anticipate him. It's like when you see him, if you see his name featured on something, it's like, man,
You
I gotta
already
go check
know.
it out. Yeah, I'm going to check it out.
I
And
gotta
so,
see it.
right.
Yeah.
And
So
I feel what Overstreet was saying though too. We ain't gonna keep talking about old boy, but I just thought it was crazy because you know what I think? Puffy, if you gay, just say you gay. You dig what I'm saying? And then again, he really ain't got to tell nobody that he gay. Like you said, Overstreet, it's his business, no
yes,
disrespect.
it
But it's
totally
just
is his
like,
business.
all of these people trying to come out and trying to shame him. I just, you know what? I don't really care for 50 Cent's demeanor. You dig what I'm saying? For some odd reason, man, he just when he came out, he dropped that little gem, rob the industry or whatever, when he was mentioning out
How to
names and
rob.
stuff like how to
How to
rob.
rob. Yeah.
And it seemed like, man, are you still on that, fam? Are you still on that mentality where you think that you can just try to bully and just talk crazy to people just to get yourself some hype or some stuff like that? Because I
No,
mean,
he's stuck in that realm where he was part of the three-headed monster, right? I mean, he could do no wrong
right,
when Get Rich or Die Trying came out, and neither could him, and definitely Drake could never do no wrong as far as it's concerned. So, um, I think right now he just hasn't got on that mentality.
right.
He still think he's where he used to be, and he's not there. So then he
Yeah.
just started being petty.
Yeah,
Uh,
but you putting together some nice little shows. Stick to Power and stick to BMF because they doing numbers for you. You dig what I'm saying? The BMF, I watched that. I've never watched Power because I didn't catch it from the beginning. You know what I mean? I was locked up when it first started, and I ain't got the time to go
so
back and binge watch everything. But BMF, I've been checking that out, and it's dope. You know what I
so
mean?
tell me what you think about this hypothesis of what 50 is doing. He always tags his brands in anything Petty he's saying.
Okay.
So, you know, visually seeing something is how it gets ingrained in your brain, right? That's why they give us all these logos and everything like that. And you get used to seeing it and you associate it with something that's nice. So every time he tweets out some silly shit, tags his damn brand in it, and It gets retweeted, retweeted. Instagram, people sharing it. He's just having fun with it
Right.
and getting the bread because people are. But he stays relevant as
Mm.
far as overall conversation. He's not really relevant as far as music goes right now, but
Right.
he's keeping his name out there, which
Mm.
allows him to make better deals and just still be young. So
Yeah.
that's my
Well,
take on it.
Well, and yeah, and so I kind of feel like that too. You know what I mean? I'll piggyback ride that one because in Damon John's book, The Brand of You, you know what I mean? He talks about that, about different strategies on how to keep yourself relevant and keep yourself out there. I mean, he was so hungry, like when they was doing the FUBU thing, you know, if they couldn't get into like a talent show, dude would go and rent out like hotel suites and just have his clothes in there, go to like the fashion shows and pass out their cards and say, hey, we in this hotel room right after here, come through and check out some of our stuff. You dig what I'm saying? And so that hustle mentality, you got to give it to 50. He got it. You dig what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
He's got it. He got that hustle mentality. So you can always tell 50 on something. I don't care if it's water.
right.
I don't care if whatever it is. If he's promoting this and that, yeah. And so yeah, I guess you can give him that. You got the hustle mentality. I just think that sometimes he be being petty. So
Oh
that
yeah,
might just be one of his marketing strategies. Cause shit,
and
he
that's
came
what I
up
was
off of how
saying.
to rob. He came up off of that. You dig what I'm saying? So when he did that, you know, now he got the industry looking at him. Everybody took, you know what I mean, on something on that.
And he held his own
Yep.
going through.
And he doing his thing. Uh
So
go ahead.
I got a question for you. Um,
Did you know the brat is pregnant right now?
yeah, yeah, I
At
saw
48 years old?
that. Hey, I mean, and I don't even think she had that much bread. Like, you got
what
nanny
is
money.
what's going on in the world, fam? She
I
pregnant.
guess
Like,
if it works for her,
oh man, I
I
don't
couldn't
know.
imagine it right now. Starting
At
over, like,
48, yeah.
hell no.
So that means like when the baby is 18, you'll be well off into your 60s going to the graduation. Hey,
Yeah,
but I tell you this, I did see a lady at church last night who was 92. No, she said last time I came to church, I was 92, and she was 93 years old. Man, if you go back on my page because I shared the live stream, that lady was
uh,
dancing on her heels and everything. I'm talking about 93 years old. So I mean, I guess you know, right now we are a more healthier, you know what I mean, older generation now. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody's working out, everybody's trying some type of stuff like moss drinks and trying to be healthy, whether they vegan. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't know.
I don't know. I think a lot of the community is starting to just reassess a lot of the eating habits that we've had, right?
Yeah.
You know, everything ain't got to be eaten no more, right? I mean, we not that poor where we got to be eating tripe and shit like that. Like, come on, man. Like,
So, hey, so you trying to say the health factor was a poor thing? Well, it was, you know,
a
keep it a
lot
buck.
of it was.
Yeah, when you even go back into slavery, you know, that's how it was. You dig what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you give me
They
some
got the
garbage, I'm gonna make
yeah,
it taste good, but that
right.
involves a lot of salt,
Yeah.
right? And then you just
Mm-hmm.
ingrain. I mean, you ain't gonna find a black person that doesn't have some lorries.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
requirement, man. I'll leave your house if you don't have no lorries.
Listen, I bet you can
Uh,
open our cabinets and find some. You
and
dig
you
what
got
I'm saying?
the
You gonna
big
find some
container.
Laura's. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so
But you gonna find some hot sauce too. Hot
absolutely,
sauce and Laura's. You gonna
and it
that's
better
there.
not be in the fridge,
I'm trying to tell you. Nah, my hot sauce
which
right
is
on top of the fridge.
a
No.
whole nother conversation. There, people put goddamn savages, man. Put some goddamn hot sauce in the refrigerator.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand you. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, a lot of those things, and that's probably a whole nother show for us to talk about, is about the programming as far as where we are in life, as far as like food, when we talk about that, like we don't have to eat some of that shit anymore.
Right.
They telling you
But
that it gives us high blood pressure. It tells you that it gives us diabetes, and we are
right.
more
But would you
disposed
agree?
to it.
But would you agree with this though? Don't you see like nowadays, a lot of people are in the gym, spandexes and shit everywhere. Excuse my language, but yeah, I'm just saying. Don't it just seem like everybody go to the gym now? And if they don't, they be like, I need to get going. It's like you know what I mean. I've never seen this many people in the gym. I
Well,
had to
it's
change
early.
my hours, man, because sometimes it'd be too crazy.
It's early in the year. They still sticking with their New Year's resolutions. So, but yeah, I don't have any interest in it, man. I got tired out there. No, I'm good. But I do know there are a lot of people out here who are saying, yeah, we're going to do this right now.
Right,
But it's not going to last. They'll start, faltering off in like late March, maybe early April.
right.
You're
But
going to have your whole row back again.
but oh, I was trying to find this thing that my cousin Chesney, man, that he posted today, and I just had to tell him like, man, I'm not riding with you on this one. Let me see if I can find him, man, because he says something that was so crazy. Let me see if I can get this post. I'm gonna read it to you. Listen to this. He says, "Ladies with the booties in the front and flat backside. I know more and more females are walking around in workout jogging apparel, showing off their asses, and some look down on you and make you feel insecure about your body when you try to wear sports apparel. Next time you catch one giving you the hashtag stare, tell her stinking ass that your coochie cat so good it made your ass introverted. I want you to know a real man knows there's gold up under them their heels, up under them heels. And with the right pick, he can knock a nugget off of them MFing walls. And then she walks away, tell her nice ass, but I bet that P ain't on shit. Hold on. He's cussing so much. Man, I told him
I
I had
think
to
he
tell
kind
him.
of confused.
Listen, but listen, hold on. He didn't say that pussy ain't on. And you feel better, trust me, and you're welcome. Oh, be careful driving this. It's slicker than this, and I ain't gonna say it, but you already know. Hey, so I guess he was basically saying you said the rolls will be back in a minute. He fam was just saying when the girls be wearing like the spandex or the sports apparel or whatever, and they got a little bit of rolls, girls and nice bodies be looking down on them. But he was like saying vice versa. Tell they stinking a that you know what I mean, your pee ain't hitting on nothing. You dig what I'm saying? Which that's a whole nother argument. That's digging into the sea. But when you said it though, do
I
you notice how it is a thing like now that everybody wants to jump inside the spandex, go to the gym and post their pictures and show how they doing it. You know what I mean? Or they just taking like selfies, like you know what I mean?
Hey, look, even before the pandemic, this was already a thing, right? So in the before times, this was already a thing. But in the after times, it just got that much more prevalent. And everybody, just because you can buy it, don't mean you should wear it. And it just be a lot going on out here. A bunch of, I don't even want to get in trouble. But I was just going to talk about the potato sacks. Uh, and you be
Okay.
looking like I don't know where it starts, where it stops, and what's going on. And
So you
yeah,
trying to say, are you honestly trying to say that if you're a certain size that you shouldn't wear spandex? Be honest, be honest,
I'll
B.
be honest,
What are you
absolutely.
saying?
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. That's what I'm
Uh
saying. And I'm gonna
okay,
stand
so
on that.
if we got some ladies that's online and y'all want to tap in, you know what? To me, I think I would rather promote your confidence. If listen, I feel like this. If you feel like you confident in what you wearing, then wear it. And so in some respects, I kind of felt where Cuz was trying to go with this because he was basically trying to build the confidence of a woman who they might say, okay, you got Rose. And just because she's pretty and she's got the nice body, don't necessarily mean that you know what I mean, she just, she's everything.
Truth. I agree
And
with that.
yeah, yeah. And
I agree with that all day
I'll
long.
agree with that too. To what I mean, because sometimes just because a person is fly, a little pretty little face, and she thinks she got it together and stuff, her attitude is so bad. It's just like you can get your, you know what I mean. If you don't get away from around me, you know what I mean. This is like, and so yeah, I feel it on that side. But then also too, I put it like this: you know what you want to look like. You dig what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. It used to be this dude named Garth. He's from Quad Cities too. And when I say, man, listen, so right now I'm 48. Garth has got to be damn near every bit of like 56, 57, maybe 58. All right.
Right.
And Garth might even be 60. I ain't gonna be, but when you see this man, fam, when I tell you he's cut up, he looked like an action figure. He looked like something like out of the movies. And so like when he came to the camp, he's a lifer. And so when he came down to like Oakdale, it was like everybody was looking at this dude like, damn, like Like, man, what are you eating? What are you doing? Like, you don't really see most guys that's in prison when they start getting big, they start getting big. A few people that's athletic got the little six packs and stuff like that. You'll see that, but most dudes just swell up. So, make a long story short, I used to holler at him. And Garth used to always say, listen, man, he says, you know what you want your body to look like. He says, so when you look in the mirror, he said, if there's an issue on your body that you don't like, he says, go out there to the yard or go to the gym. And he said, and work on that part. He says, you know what the routines are to get that part together. He said, just go work on it, man. He said, that's all I do. He's like, man, every day I take a different body part and I go work out. And I think that stuck with me is because, ladies, I give you that. You know what I mean? Because if you feel like, what do they call them? BBW? What is that? Big boned woman? Is that what that stand for? All
Yeah.
right. You dig what I'm saying? I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with a BBW. You know what I mean?
No.
If she cute, and listen, here's a skit. Keep yourself together. Your nails got to be done. Your toes got to be looking good, and you got to be clean. You dig what I'm saying? You can't have a little extra weight and then be dirty. You dig what I'm saying? That ain't gonna make it. But here's the thing. This is the bare truth. If you feel like you confident in your own skin and you feel like, you know what I mean, you beautiful, it's got to start on the inside, man. Listen, rock your spandex if that's what you want to wear. You dig what I'm saying? Do whatever you feel like you want to do. But the confidence and the beauty has got to start with self. Because if it don't start with you on the inside, you dig what I'm saying, then you're gonna be living for what
Of
everybody
course.
else's opinion is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
So
I agree with that. Hey, all about confidence. So
straight
yeah,
up.
if that's what it is. Do what you want to do and do what works for you.
Yeah, and
For
and,
sure.
and 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 stand on it though too. Don't get out here and then somebody get to saying something. All of a sudden you want to get nervous and you want to. But I just think that since I came home, I've never seen this much, ambition for people that's going to the gym. Like every time you talk to somebody, they either doing yoga or they going to the gym. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
okay,
It's
but
early in the year.
no, but listen to this though. A lot of people, like say for instance though, give credit where it's due. A lot of us that's in our 40s right now and in our 50s right now, looking better than some of them people that's in their 20s and 30s, fam. You dig what
It's
I'm
because
saying?
they go too hard overall. I mean, they won't
Give
eat
me an
that. Let me
example.
know.
Give me an example. Give me an example.
Well, I mean, their diet is definitely shot, right? Um, just
But in
because
the
they
era
have
where
the
everybody's
ability.
eating good though, where everybody's being vegans and everybody, you know what I mean?
Well, it
And I'm
depends on
talking
where the
about,
kid.
like you just said, we ain't broke no more, homie. So you ain't got the, you dig what I'm saying?
Well, it's not so much as eating out the back that we're talking about, but we still got to talk about their parents who haven't been on. So all these kids eat is McDonald's and Chipotle. Like
Okay.
that's all they eat every single day. We used to have to come to the house and we still got like a balanced meal. We may have been out there eating something crazy, but we still came back and balanced it out. So I
Yeah.
think a lot of that has to do with it. Uh, they just wild all the time as well, and I'm talking about just multiple drugs and everything like that. And that,
That's where I would say I would lean
yeah,
more to the drugs right now that's so hard, like that fentanyl, and
yeah,
you dig what I'm saying, all the different stuff. Like
yeah,
before I went to the joint, I didn't, you know what I mean. I had never ever seen meth. You know what I mean. I had one clientele. I had one guy that when he couldn't, you know what I mean, find no meth, he used to come and he used to rock with me on the hard. And so, he used to always talk about meth, but you hear stories about like ice, but it was like I never seen it up close and personal. I don't know what it looked like. I don't even know what you're supposed to, I don't even know what goes in it or what you sell it for. I never knew that. So then I get to the joint, and now you got all of these guys from Iowa, white guys, they locked up, and you know what I mean. The majority of them was white. You know what I mean. That was out in the little small towns with farms where they could actually make it. They was
right.
the ones that was in prison, and so now they catching cases on it. So I said all of that to say this. I come to the crib. Matter of fact, I come back, I'm fighting my case in like 2018, 19 in the summertime. And I'm sitting inside health services in the county jail. And this guy, he was just like, yeah, man, I tell you one thing, meth. He was like, man, you just be up for like 3 to 4 days, and you know what I mean. He
Mhm.
was just like, man, you can have sex with so many girls and this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, so what is he saying? But then, okay, then we got more comments. More people are saying they ain't real, man. Okay, if Pac was still living, dang, the comments wasn't showing up. We got a lot of
Oh,
people speaking.
yeah, I've been
Dang, they
seeing it.
wasn't showing up. Okay, so we'll try to get to some of them. That's crazy. All right, now I'm gonna get to your comment, Facebook user, because I want to read that. But what I was trying to say is this right here. Um, when I came back home, meth was the norm, fam, in Iowa. I mean, I'm talking about, and not just with white people, black people is doing like meth. They snorting it, they smoking it, and I'm like, hold on, what
I
happened?
don't know how it switched over to the other side of the river, but it all started out with it being for like truckers and people that need to be up and were on it. They were the ones that first brought it up, like, yo, I could stay up for days. And that's before they had the whole thing, that within the trucks that track your mileage and make sure that you pull over after your mandated time frame.
Right,
So that's how it got started, and they were on it. Then they found out, everybody else found out it could keep you up. So people just on it. Anybody working as a waitress, all of them, they were doing it. Now, I don't know when it jumped over to us. That's interesting to me, but it
right.
apparently has. So
Hey,
I
listen.
don't have an answer for you on that.
Right. And so I guess I mean I'm just I'm agreeing with you on that factor that the drugs is really, really bad. And I would say
Right.
some of the fast food stuff is super like bad. Now let's hit some of these comments. I don't know who was that messing with you, but they like Greg is not working out. And then Loco
Oh,
Los was saying
there
something
it
about high
is.
self-esteem. But I wanted to post this lady's comment, and she's probably on my page because it won't tell me her name. She says, I'm a fine, big, sexy woman,
Yep.
and I'm going to wear what I want to wear because I'm confident in my looks, and I know I'm the catch. Men love big women. Hey, clap to that. I'm with you with that. You dig? But listen, hey, she says I am the catch, and men love big woman women. You dig what I'm saying?
Hey,
Hey, to tell you the truth,
absolutely.
I
Shit,
do
I,
like I do I got crushes on, you know what I mean, like Lizzo type. You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, listen, man.
do you, bro? Do you?
Listen, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm keeping it 100. You dig what I'm saying? I do got a crush on big women, so I'm just gonna keep it a thorough. I rock with y'all. And listen to this. If you want to go to the gym, we can go to the gym. It don't matter to me. It's up to you. I love all women. I'm just saying. I just think you know what I like about most of the big ladies that I have conversations with that might like the podcast that you might run into and talk to. I don't care if it's at a job or something like that. Their personality is sweet. You know, they always humble. And I tell you what, you know, I like to cuddle. I like to cuddle and watch TV. So there it is.
Oh,
You dig what I'm saying? So it's up to you. You dig what I'm saying? Straight up. But no, I'm just listen. Listen, okay, SPZ, BBW, or more. He said he love them too. You dig what I'm saying?
there you go.
Oh, somebody said this is your BM. Oh, BM, you are everywhere. I swear. Okay, then we was together. We couldn't get along for but never mind. But thank you. You dig what I'm saying? But meanwhile, back at the ranch. But yeah, okay. So I'm just saying, like us right now, we living longer, we look better, and it's just seemed like it's a phase now, man. I don't want to say it's a phase. I hope it's not a phase, but it just seemed like right now for the 2020s, it's just like, man, adults is like really like if you really on your grown man, you it's like you out here you winning. And it's a minute few people who ain't, really trying to strive like ambitious wise or trying to make power moves on money. But for the most part of it, man, people are doing some pretty good stuff. I was talking to Paper Paul. Did you get a chance to check that out from Monday? Listen and learn.
I did not.
Okay. So yeah,
I
because you
did
was
not.
doing a bunch of
Well,
traveling.
I was out of town. Yeah.
Yeah, you was
So
doing a bunch of traveling, but
right.
Paul, Paper, he slid up. He said he's gonna come through. He's gonna check out the ball head nuts. He's getting ready to start another podcast on his own. So shout out, Paper. Whenever you want to do your thing, you dig what I'm saying. You definitely welcomed over here, or either if you want us to slide through on him, or be a guest on his little show. I told him, we rock with Paper Paul. I told him, man. Um,
Absolutely.
Paper
But
Paul dropped a lot of knowledge, man. And so what we was trying to do is we was trying to speak to the ladies far as like as this season come, you know what I mean, it's tax time, and so now there's a lot of ladies who might be getting back a nice tax return, and I was just trying to drop some knowledge on, getting a lump sum of money and not spending it all or just being reckless with the money. Now, one thing Paper Paul said that was so sincere, man. Listen to what the man said. The man says he don't even care about tax time. He don't respect it. He says because he's in a different tax bracket. He says so he don't get nothing. He wind up paying taxes. And he says so if you feel like tax time is a big thing to you, he says you're in the wrong tax bracket. He's like, that means that you ain't really even trying to make no real money. You dig what I'm
That,
saying? And I thought about that and I was
that
like,
is
that's
valid.
great. That is that, you know what I mean? That's really real. I was like, shit. But you know, um,
Yeah, I don't touch mine until the very last minute, man. Like October, like just hope for the best.
right.
Um, but yeah, he's correct on that. And
Yeah.
You know how Paul did business too. But I do think for the most part, everybody from the circle is making some kind of move, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's different. It's very diversified, which is good for the collective. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I mean, the majority are out here, man,
And
plowing
and
away
I,
at the sugar cane.
I gotta say you right though, cause like you got Khan over there rocking this thing with the tattoos, Paul doing this thing, Wayne I got the trucks, Marky all the way up there, he in the shop, he doing like the little real estate with the houses and the cribs and stuff like that. Paul was talking about some other stuff with the pallets and stuff like that. Some hold on, let me put this one up there. But yeah, man, just trying to be on some grown man. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said if you getting money all year, tax time is a headache. I ain't even filed. Hey, you dig what I'm saying? So, and I mean that's what makes sense. But to the ones who are getting taxes, getting a large lump sum, just be mindful of that. You dig what I'm saying? Because
Oh,
anytime I try to bring something to the table to bring awareness to an issue, it's not to poke a jab at y'all. I'm just trying to say, when I see y'all, if you really want to level up and be bosses and walk into your royalty, hey man, start making some power moves with that money. And you know what I mean? Don't let it be like, okay, I'm gonna get this money at this time of the year. I'm about to go on a trip. I'm about to, you know what I mean, ball out. I'm gonna be in some J's. And then, you got some cats out there too that be man, I remember what we used to call it, gorilla pimping. You dig what I'm saying? Going and laying up with a chick just so you can get her little money, so you can gorilla pimp her and stuff like that. So don't let no dude gorilla pimp you, lay up on you, and make you feel like you know what I mean. He need this and
yo,
that, or you
I
gonna
could
break your.
flip this. I could flip this.
Hey, I'm gonna flip this for you.
It's
Yeah,
all gone. It's all gone. Like, yo, if he wasn't able to get on before that, I don't know what you think. Like, a check is going to change his mind
right.
state.
Yeah,
Hey, but before we get out of here, though, I didn't let you see it today. Of course,
powered by spite.
yes,
Who is spite? You hate? Powered by hate or spite? What's
yeah.
give me another definition for spite? Spite means spiteful,
Spite means exactly what it means. Yeah,
and so you powered by spite,
absolutely.
and you proud of it. I'm saying keep it a buck with me. And you proud
I,
and you proud of
I,
that.
I am, and man, honorary people live forever, man. Come on now, name everybody in your family has
uh,
honorary as hell.
right. So
They
that's that,
present.
and that's your goal is to be an old ornery man, huh?
I am. I'm trying to get a spot, man, where I need a sidewalk to run in front of it. That way, I can get my little basket of rocks when I'm old as hell, so I could just sit out there and throw rocks at people kids. Be like, get off my lawn
Somebody gonna come up there on you. You
and
better
do
have that
what?
pistol.
And then when I go ahead and murk their ass, I'm like, I'm just an old man now. I
Hey,
just
Loco
sit
Low
here all
said
the
he needs
time.
some shirts, man. Loco
Hey,
Low
listen,
talking about
hey, get at me, Los. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, but that's shit. That's the goal. Just stay honorary, man.
right.
Spite is a powerful thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the love factor. You dig what I'm saying? That works a little bit better for me. You know what I mean? It's been working, man. So that way, just in case when I do get old, I might even have a lady that might rock with me, so she can wipe my butt and stuff. Just in case I got on diapers, you gonna be up there spiteful. You're gonna have a bunch of people coming to check on you, and you gonna be mean, cussing them out. Man, they're gonna be pushing you down. They're gonna be spitting in
No,
your
they
water
not.
and all types
No,
of stuff.
no, they not.
Listen, they're gonna be spitting in your water and all types of stuff.
I ain't say I was gonna show out at the McDonald's, man, during chess time.
What do you mean chess time at McDonald's? What is that?
You know them old dudes be sitting up there playing chess at McDonald's? They post up. They get there early, get their coffee, and hang out till about 2 o'clock. Same thing with
Boy,
Village Inn.
By the time
So
you get hey, by the time you get an old man, you ain't gonna even be able to walk into McDonald's no more. You see, you go into McDonald's, you see how much you got to go through just to get an order. You got to step over to another machine and put in your order, and then go over there. So all the cash register, they just standing around looking at you. Like I
man,
try to walk up
that's
to
how
them, they was like, "You got to go over there and place your order." I'm like, "What the hell?"
hey, that's how you get your exercise and you stay humble.
Okay,
You're gonna get
man.
over here, you're gonna wait on your food, and you're gonna chill out. But what else you got to do? Doctor's appointments?
You never know, man. Somebody come through there, they might just be trying to grab a sandwich for lunch and trying to get out the way. You dig what I'm saying? You go through there, man. It's like a maze. Like, man, you got to go over there, do this. Then you got to come over there. You could pay the machine, and you know what I mean. You got to have your receipt. It's like, ah,
Hey,
man, what happened? We went to McDonald's in Indianapolis, man. I was like, what in the world? And my little nephew knows everything. Like, no, we got to do this. Got to come over here. I'm like, shit. So, okay,
yeah,
good
I
luck
don't
with
even.
playing. Go ahead.
No, I was just say, yeah, I don't even eat there. But I would go drink some coffee when I'm old, just to be like, you know what, I can,
Just
and
go in
that's that.
McDonald's just to drink some coffee
Yeah,
and see if there's anybody in there playing. They probably ain't gonna even have no lobby, but in the next 20 years, you dig what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
Computers
go in
taking
there.
over everything. You
Yeah, they
right,
are
loco. Yeah.
absolutely. I'm helping.
Yeah. Yep. For real with that one. But yeah. So listen, we got like 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Okay. Give me your top five R&B groups.
See, I knew your groups
Yeah.
or
Groups.
groups. I know it was a short rain, but I do have to put Escape up there.
Okay.
Um, I need to put, and of course, the Vandellas. Now, if we're going all the way
Oh,
down,
yeah, but listen, let me ask you this, man. You sent me a post. What the hell was that about with the Menudo thing? Menudo forever. Is that like one of your fan? Like, I know that they had like one song. I'm not a
hey,
Menudo fan. Like, what the
hey, nobody is. So I was up late as hell. I was on like a 2 day running streak, right? Pre-bumper meds, and so I'm up, and I'm just like at 4 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start a Menudo fan group, and then I just started inviting everybody I knew, and people were like, "What the hell? Like, what is this?" But
Yeah.
it's taken off though.
Eh,
I don't even pay attention to it, man, but they love it, so
man, Menudo won nothing ever.
they were not.
There was nothing. You
But that
dig what
was
I'm saying?
entertaining to me at that time. That was
Okay.
entertaining for like 2 hours.
All right. So you said you got Escape. You got who else?
Vandellas.
The Vandellas.
Um, yeah. No, I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna take that one back if I'm gonna go back into my old school. I guess we do have to give it to the Supremes. So I'll take that from that era. Wait, we're not just doing females. Okay, we're doing R&B groups. Period. Okay, scratch all that. Um, Rufus and Shaka Khan. Uh, as much as this pains me, I will say the Jackson Five.
The Jackson Five.
Yeah. Again, this is all relevant on what? What are we basing the
I'm just saying,
criteria?
give me, like your music groups. Who do you think
That's what
like
I'm
that
doing.
one?
So I
Okay.
just gave you two.
Okay.
Um, Zap.
Rufus and Shaka Khan.
You weren't listening to me at all.
You scratched Rufus and Shaka Khan?
No, I didn't. So you should be at three right now.
Who? Who else?
You who do you have right now?
I got Zap, Rufus and Shaka Khan, and the Supremes.
Okay. All right. I'll be against popular opinion, but Jeanne.
Janae. Hey, Mr. DJ.
And then I'm gonna have to say what I have to say because Jodeci.
Hey, you know what? That's all I was waiting on you to say.
Come on now, how am I not say
Listen,
that?
I was waiting on you to say
No, no,
Jodeci. I
no, no.
was just, I
How
just
could
wanted
I
to see.
not say that,
Listen,
man?
that's
Jesus.
all I was waiting on. I just had to see if you was gonna say
Oh
Jodeci.
no, no. Can't leave the boys out. Can't
But
leave the
what do you
boys
think
out.
about their stage performances?
I mean, it's been that way. I told people when they were there, coming down and I'm like, hey, don't bother with them. You know what I'm saying? Because them two, they just gonna get up there and get smashed, and it's gonna be a shit show. So when I see after they were there in the quiet, right, the next day everybody bitter as hell on Facebook and all that. I'm like, I told you, what y'all expect? That's what you gonna get.
Look at Local Los list. He got the OJs, Jodeci, LSG, Escape, Drew Hill. But listen to this. Everybody left out New Edition. How can you leave out New Edition? I'm going New Edition, Jodeci, Jagged Edge. I am going to go Troop, and I am going to go. mm, I don't know. That's my four. But you know what? I will go with uh my girls in them.
Okay.
In Vogue.
All right. I was getting ready to say, I'm like,
I'm
damn, where
going
the
In Vogue.
women on your where the women on yours, sir? Like,
In Vogue.
it's a
You dig what I'm
sausage
saying?
fest.
Because In Vogue was dope. You dig
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
were.
saying?
I give it
That
to
was
you.
dope.
I'm
But you know
still in a
what?
relationship with
Local
Cindy.
Los, you on something? LSG when they did drop, that was dope. If they would have been, no, yeah. He said yeah, NE. But yeah, LSG, they was on something when they came. I thought that was really dope. It was
I don't know.
somebody else
I
that
wasn't an LSG fan.
yeah.
I
Okay.
was not.
Well, shit, man, that's it, man. We done did like an hour, man. Unless you got
We
something else
have.
you want to talk about, man.
Nah, I think we had time, and we'll see people next week.
Man, I love you. G Nice don't. You see the shirt, the shirt that he got on, powered
But
by
I'm powered
spite.
by
But
it.
powered by spite. At least when I get older, there'll be somebody to take care of me. They're gonna spit in your water for real. They gonna spit in your water. You gonna poop on yourself, and ain't nobody gonna change you. You just
Nah,
gonna
you already
you
know.
you gonna be sitting in poop all day.
Nah, I'll be able to manipulate it and be like, I'm sorry, what happened?
Like you got amnesia. Man, that ain't gonna work. All right, man. Ball head nuts. It's a
All
wrap.
right.
God bless.